Good day. Welcome. This is your Daily Med with Lady V. Grace and peace be multiplied. Today, as we continue to look at Psalm 87, verse 1 through 7, the Psalm of the Census, we will see what the scripture says to us today. We talk about Jerusalem being great from verse 1 through 3, and we understand the reason for its greatness is, of course, is that it was chosen by God. He founded it, the scripture says, in the holy mountains, and he loves its gate more than all the other cities or town in the land. His greatest glory is still future, when it will be the capital of the Messianic kingdom, the royal city of the long-awaited King. This psalm looks forward to that day when glorious things, as we say, will be spoken of Zion, the city of God. It might not look like it now, and many glorious things might not be said at the present time, but a day is coming. In a sense, it will be the spiritual birthplace, as we say before, in many nations, or to many nations. As we look at verse 4 today of Psalm 87, it says, God says, some of my people live in Egypt and Babylon. Some of them were born in Philistia, Tyre, and even Ethiopia. So what is he saying? These nations that are mentioned here, at some point they were enemies of Zion or Jerusalem or Israel. But he is saying, even in these places, I have some people. So Zion is personified as saying that among these nations that know Israel, Israel will be as a mother to them. He even goes on, and in the scripture he mentioned Rahab. He mentioned the nations south. He mentioned Babylon to the north. Also, people will speak of Philistia, Tyre, and Ethiopia as having been born in Jerusalem. That day is coming. That day is future. There will be among the nations that will now recognize the Messiah, Jesus, the eternal Son of God, as the one who God sent. And so God is saying there is going to be some shifting. Zion will be recognized as the spiritual, also the political, and the economical capital of the world. It might not be so today, but a day is coming when all these nations will go up to worship, and they will bring their tribute to the great King. Isaiah told us about it. So yes, in a sense, this spiritual birthplace, as we say, will belong to many nations. Isaiah chapter 2, as we read verse 1 through verse 4, it says, the word that Isaiah the son of Amos saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. He says, now it shall come to pass in the latter days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established on the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills. And all nations shall flow into it. Many people shall come and say, come, And let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob. He will teach us his ways, and we shall walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. He shall judge between the nations and rebuke many people. They shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. So yes, a day is coming when the great king will be worshipped. Also in Isaiah 60, verse 5 through verse 7. The Bible tells us that the nations that refuse to go up to keep the Feast of Booths and the other feasts will suffer drought and plague. Zechariah chapter 14, verse 16 through verse 19. Zion will be reckoned as the place where nations experience rebirth, because the Most High himself shall establish her in that place, and it will become a place of universal sovereignty. When the Lord himself takes a census of the people, he will note carefully that certain nations have now realized their true destiny in becoming citizens of Zion. They visit the capital not to admire its architecture, nor to gaze upon its battlements, or to envy the tribes who have come up to worship in the city, which is compact together, but to claim its municipal immunities, to experience its protection, to obey its laws, to live and love in this happy society. Also, to hold communion with its glorious founder and guardian. Jehovah keeps a record as one after another of the nations are brought into the kingdom. Through Zion, exaltation and blessing will flow. The world will understand and know that this Zion, this glorious metropolis, is the capital of the whole wide world. Why is it so? Because God himself has ordained it to be so, and has chosen this place, and has placed his name there. And he says all those who finds their name in the book of life will be citizens in this kingdom. They will be living in the city. So yes, the psalm says God himself will take the royal census. God bless you. Thank you again for watching. Please subscribe. It is free. Please like, share with your friends, and don't forget to visit my YouTube channel, Daily Med with Lady V.